So, I mean, that would be great too.
Hi there. Smile, you're on camera.
I guess I am. This is our stage. Good morning, everybody. Thank you so much for coming. The library looks amazing, don't you think? Yeah. So I'm Judy Poe. I'm the library director, and I've just been told that I am playing MC. So I'm our MC for the morning. I'm going to introduce Darcy Philpott, who is the president of the Red Rock Quilters, to say a few words.
Thank you. Well, I have my cheat sheet here because there are many, many people to thank, and I don't want to leave anyone out. So if I'm like looking at this, please forgive me because I don't have it memorized because there are a lot of people to thank, which is a good thing. But on behalf of the Red Rock Quilters, I want to welcome you to the 30th annual Library Quilt Show. Woohoo! This is the 6th year that our guild has partnered with the library. But if you know anything about this library's history, if you're a member of the library and you read the newsletters like I do religiously looking for stuff,
She deserves a hand.
you will know that they have been in this building for 30 years. And this is the 30th year that they have had a quilt show. So thank you so much. It's an honor to collaborate with Community Library Sedona. This is a beautiful venue. When my husband and I first came here in 2016 to see if we liked being away for a month, and obviously we did because we bought a house here and we lived here part-time, we came to the library to use the free internet, and that's when we saw the first library quilt show, and I was like, wow, wow, this is so gorgeous. It certainly showcases the artistry of the talented entrants. I mean, are you awed and inspired, as I am, by the creativity? If you think quilting is only patchwork piecing, oh, you have a thing or two to learn about quilting because we have many styles of quilting here. We even have a chair. You know, I was pretty impressed with that. Be sure you pick up a brochure so you can make sure you see all the quilts and then read about them, and then most importantly, vote for your favorites because we have favorites in several categories. This show would not be possible without many, many dedicated people. And I want to thank the entrants because without you, and raise your hand if you have something entered in this show. Raise it high. Because this show would not exist without you. So thank you for creating and keep creating so we can have many, many more of these shows. Again, a big thank you to Community Library Sedona. Not only do you allow us to use this beautiful facility, but you provide a lot of behind-the-scenes support that I didn't know about until I became a member of the Guild, and so thank you. We have some representatives, I think, from the city of Sedona and the Sedona Art Center. Well, from the city of Sedona. Okay, anyone from Sedona Art Center? Yes. Thank you for coming and supporting our art form here. Really, your presence honors our beloved art, so thank you so much. Thank you to the judges who selected the Sedona Quilters Hall of Fame Award. A difficult task every year. I don't know how you do it, but thank you so much. Dale Kahn, our photographer. He was very busy this weekend. On Friday, we're holding a quilt and trying to do a little number. He's busy editing all weekend, so those photos can go into this program here. So thank you so much. And then lastly, to this year's show committee. And raise your hand as I call your name if you're here, because you should be recognized for your hard work. First of all, Chairperson Lori Fine. Raise it high. And members, Tracy Fee. Is Tracy here today? Barbara Lewis. Joyce hiding back there. And here from the library,
right here.
Heidi back there, thank you so much. And I read your article in the Red Rock News last Friday, and I'm like going, dang, that girl can write. She put it out there.
Inspiration.
Thank you so much. If you're a quilter and not a member of our guild, we invite you to join us. As I always say, $30 a year annual dues are the best investment in my quilting education. So come and join us. I have made wonderful friends. I have learned new things. If you can't join us in person, you can join us on Zoom. You know, we're that advanced. Thank you to the technology wizards of our group. We have 8 quilts that you can buy a raffle ticket, and if you're the winner, you can choose one of those. And those quilts support our charities. We have fabric, we donate quilts to these charities, and it's just a heartwarming feeling after we read those thank yous. So just know that your investment is going to be cost. And then in closing, I just want to thank you all for being here today. I want to encourage you all to ask your friends. Tell them, don't ask them, tell them you must get to the quilt show because it's fabulous and you'll have a great time. So thank you so much.
I'm going to introduce Linda Allen. Linda is one of our board members. She may just be my favorite board member. If you're also a board member, I like you too. It's really great. She's here in her quilted jacket. She's going to say a few words.
Oh, thank you all so much for being here today. I also have my cheat sheet. As Judy said, I'm a member of the board at the Community Library Sedona, and it is really my honor to welcome you today. When Tasha called and asked me if I would be willing to speak on behalf of the library, I told her yes. And it is because really of the library and what I am wearing. I'm a sewer, I'm not a quilter, but my very dearest friend was a quilter, a superb quilter, and she is the one who made this jacket that I'm wearing today. When we all lived back on the East Coast, we traveled lots throughout the Northeast, West Virginia, Kentucky, many states, also here in Arizona, going from quilt show to quilt show. And that's how I learned a tiny little bit about quilts that I know. As you might imagine, we saw a very wide variety of quilts, both traditional, newer designs. We learned about regional differences, and we learned how historical, cultural, and economic influences were stitched into these quilts. We were sometimes, often, awestruck by not only the beauty of these quilts, but the intricacy of the stitching, the intimacy that the quilts conveyed about the lives of the women who made them. Whether made by wealthy women who did it for just decorative purposes, or by enslaved women who did it out of sheer necessity, every quilt tells a story. And on behalf of the Community Library Sedona, we are so glad you are here today to share your stories with us. Thank you.
And now I want to welcome Nancy Latanzi, the Arts and Culture Coordinator for the city. Nancy is a powerhouse and is responsible for so much of what goes on in this town. So, Nancy?
Wow, thank you. It's great to be here, and I'm honored to speak at this event and congratulate all of you on this beautiful work. What impresses me the most about this group, the Red Rock Quilters Guild, is that there's 60 members in such a small community, and you're all so dedicated and skilled with what you do. Personally, I love quilting. I don't have time to quilt, but Wendy Lopez, is she here? She promised to teach me when I do make time. That's on my list. But it's just amazing what quilts, the story they tell, as you just mentioned. And I showed this exhibit back, I think it was March 2023, May through August. And I have to tell you, I'm almost 12 years at the city, and this exhibit was the most well received in all those years. and it's also the only exhibit that covers almost all the building. So it was just amazing to have this, and it was really sad when I had to come down. But this library is incredible, and I just think quilting is so special for so many reasons. I think it's modern, pictorial, everything tells a story, and you guys have done such an amazing job. So thank you for asking me to speak, and congratulations on the 30th anniversary for the library. And more quilts to come.
So next we have Julie Richards, who is the CEO of the Sedona Art Center. She is here to present the Sedona Quilters Hall of Fame Award to an amazing quilt that is here, and I think it's going to get 2 hours. So we started partnering with the Red Rock Quilters, what, 4 years? 4 years ago. 4 years ago. And so this is just a really exciting thing for us. After the award is brought down from the library, when this show ends, we take it to the Art Center and be displayed in our gallery shop for the month of March. But before we get too far down, I want to just thank all of the volunteers that were involved in this. I did judge the first 2 years that we were involved, and I was just blown away by the work that goes into all of this. It's really an enormous project to, first of all, judge all the quilts. Every single one of them gets looked at in very, very strong detail. They all get photographed, and then they all get put up in here by all volunteers. So let's give them a round of applause. I want to thank Lori, who always judges, and she's so knowledgeable. She really makes it easy for the rest of us when we come in to do the judging. This year, Bernadette Carroll, who is our COO, was the judge on behalf of the Art Center. And she couldn't be here today. She's actually putting up exhibits. We partner with the cities of Peoria and Towson for Vision and Sound, which is our next big exhibit program that is coming up. So she's doing that. But she did give me her notes, so I have those. But first, I just want to talk a little bit about, you know, what we look for from the art perspective when we judge these quilts. First of all, judging anything, judging any show is absolutely about first impression. And, you know, looking at all these quilts hanging, when they're laid out on a table, you see them one at a time, but when you see them all hanging, it's like certain ones just catch your eye. So that's really important. So first impression, the use of color, of course, you know, how that impacts you, and whether it's appealing, complementary colors, all of that. The quality of work, which is Lori's. That's her bailiwick. So we always rely on Lori to say, oh, I don't know about this, or so she does that. And then the complexity. Some of these quilts are so complex, as you're going to hear about in just a little bit, but especially one of the honorable mentions. So these, you know, piecing together all of these pieces and making it something beautiful is really part and parcel to what is an awards event. So moving right along, we usually pick a couple of honorable mentions, and the first honorable mention is for Bonnie Hubble for Verde River Heron, which is right over here, number 53. It's a beautiful, beautiful quilt, and really very realistic. Bonnie says, and so what this year was a little different, each of the artists, quilters artists, were asked to write a little bit about what their impressions were of what they did. And she just says that she loves all herons, or all birds, especially herons. And Bernadette said, it's small but powerful, beautiful image, abstract feathers, raw edge applique, silver thread detail makes it look like a heron is dappled in water and sparkling. So congratulations to Bonnie for an honorable mention. So let's give okay. This really fits the complexity. The next honorable mention really fits the complexity category.
It's Alexis Levine's chair that is over here, titled That Two-Wheel and Feelin'. I cannot believe that she actually quilted a chair. Is Alexis here? It's amazing. And she says, in 2000 we bought our first motorcycle. We rode all over the country, starting in Chicago. East Coast, Canada, California, Southwest, buying t-shirts everywhere. We no longer ride, so what to do with all those t-shirts? We had my dad's favorite wing chair, badly in need of reupholstery, a perfect match. So Bernadette just said, I wouldn't be surprised if that chair had a motor in it. So it's just an amazing, amazing piece. So let's give Alexis a big And then finally, our helpers here. So this is the Hall of Fame winner for 2025, and it's entitled Endangered Species. It's by Brenda Andrusyszyn. Brenda, where are you? She says this was a color builders project sponsored by Oracle Thread and String and Story Quilts. So each month she received a pattern and 3 spools of thread to use with each specific animal, and she was left to interpret it herself. But this quilt represents 6 of her favorites. She built her thread stash and paper piercing and quilting skills with this project. So congratulations.
So let's get her and promise we're not going to be there. Get in, yeah, get on that side.
Are you smiling?
Yeah.
We're gonna try another one. Just see what happens. Are you still smiling?
Okay, now we want to put
Yes,
Julie in there with her.
and I'll take your hand off.
Yeah,
Okay?
you take my hand out of there.
Very pretty.
And we're not blinking, of course.
Should we
Thank
raise
you.
it up higher?
No,
Is that okay?
I've got it all.
All right.
It's really beautiful. Yep. I especially love the ribbons that you make. They're so cool. They're really cool.
All right.
So Lori says that's it. But I want to thank you all for coming. I invite you to stay and explore and purchase raffle tickets and just really enjoy the library and the quilts. Thank you very much.